You're watching HuffPost Live. I'm Nancy Red. Karen Perry has met and overcome many obstacles in her life. She persevered and fulfilled her dreams of becoming a pilot. She's fought cancer twice, and she's faced the challenges of being a single mother. But her greatest challenge came on Thanksgiving Eve 2011, when the plane carrying her 3 young children crashed into Arizona's Superstition Mountains. Dealing with the loss of her family, Karen has faced her grief head-on, and she's found a way to live in honor of her children. Karen shares her story on this week's episode of In Deep Shift with Jonas Elrod on the Oprah Winfrey Network, and she joins us now to talk to us a little bit about her journey. Karen, first and foremost, I am so sorry for your loss. As a mother myself, I really appreciate you sharing your story to help others handle their own grief, their own experiences. Now, like many of us, you always wanted to be a parent, but your years-long journey towards motherhood wasn't easy, right?
No, it wasn't. Actually, I had tried for 10 years with my husband to get pregnant, and it never happened. So I was finally at a point where I had made peace with it and just decided that that's the way it was going to be, and I accepted it. And the next thing I knew, I was pregnant, and I was 38 years old. It was very, very unexpected.
It was unexpected, but certainly a blessing. You are a very devoted, committed, loving mom. You experienced.
Thank you, Nancy.
Yeah. When we talk about this, it's difficult because, like I said, I still think of you as a mother. You are still a mother. You've been through this difficult experience. You are living your life to honor your children, and that means talking about the experience. Can you share with us what happened on Thanksgiving Eve of 2011?
Yes. That day pretty much started out like any other day for me. I got up and got my kids ready for school, and my 2 older kids had half days. My younger child, who was 6 at the time, stayed home with me that day, and I wasn't feeling very well that day. So when my kids got back from school, we packed them up and got them ready to take them to the airport, and I had a friend take them to the airport for me because, again, I was sick. And off they went with their bags, and I kissed them and said goodbye. And a few hours later, I got a phone call from my friend that said, a plane's crashed. And I was scratching my head, and I said, why are you telling me that? Planes crash every day. I really didn't put together that it had anything to do with my family. And then upon trying to reach them on the phone and further investigation, and then an hour or so later, the sheriff's department showed up at my door. So I knew something was very wrong, and I had no details at that point. So I knew that their plane had gone down, but I had no details about it until later that evening.
We appreciate you, and we honor the fact that this is still very difficult. It will never stop being difficult, I'm sure. One of the interesting things about your journey that is extremely inspiring is the fact that many people would try to steer clear from all reminders of the tragedy. Many people would just pick up and create a completely different life. But you actually have done the opposite. You found solace in the crash site. You visited often. What does it mean to you to visit Superstition Mountain, to have it as still part of your life?
It's a very sacred place to me. When I go up there, to me, that's their gravesite. I don't have a place where I can really go. I have memorials that are close by, but I don't have a place that's that sacred that I can go to on a regular basis, other than the arduous climb up the mountain. And I try to make as many trips as I can during the year. And it's just it's a lot of emotions mixed into one. It's beautiful. It's magnificent, it's magical, and of course it's bittersweet because, like I said, to me it is their gravesite.
We're looking at the footage of you. We're looking at the footage of Superstition Mountain. You climbing up it is quite metaphoric, wouldn't you say? You are going up the battle with your emotions, with your journey. One of the things that makes you special, Karen, is how positive you always were through your other trials and tribulations, and that you remain. How do you do it? How do you keep such a positive outlook on life?
That's a really good question. Sometimes I ask myself that very question, and I do think that it is what keeps me going on, is to try to find the lesson in every situation that seems to be unfortunate or tragic or bad, and try to find that silver lining, try to find something that gives you comfort about it. And for me, that has been turning their tragedy into beautiful things, such as a nonprofit that I started for kids, and being able to be around kids now and helping other kids has helped me get through it, and to just try to see things in a positive way.
Right, I want to talk about that because after trying for so many years to become a mother, I love how you currently channel your maternal instincts. Talk to us about Wings of Life. It's the foundation that you began.
Yes, and we've recently changed our name to Three Wings of Life, but I started this organization a year and a half ago, and I noticed there were several children that my children went to school with that I didn't realize at the time really how underprivileged some of those children were. And in starting this organization, I got to know many of these children. We have them on a weekly basis, and we work with between 20 and 35 children on any given week. And we provide a variety of activities for the children, including incorporating equine-assisted therapy, which is our newest venture, and we're currently under the certification process for that. But being surrounded by all these beautiful children has been really a blessing in my life, and it's given me a new outlook on the situation as it is for me now without my kids.
And you're no stranger to how the kindness of others can be so beneficial, how foundations can truly make or break a situation. Shortly after the crash, you found yourself in a situation where you almost lost your home. If it wasn't for foundations like yours, we might not be able to have this conversation.
Right. And unfortunately, I did end up losing my home, but I must say that I was very fortunate to have some very instrumental people in my life that helped me through that situation and helped get me into another situation, and I'm doing quite well now.
And you're in a situation because of the kindness of others where not only can you give back, but you can also work on a project. You're working on a book right now. Talk to us about that.
Yes, the book is entitled Angels 3, The Karen Perry Story, written by Landon J. Napoleon, and it will be released in November. It's been a amazing project to work on. I'm very excited about it, and there's a lot of details that obviously you wouldn't see in a movie clip because of the limited time, but there's a lot of details in the book about the process of becoming a mother and the whole journey with the children. My kids were each very special kids. Two of them had special needs. Morgan had epilepsy, and my youngest child, Luke, had autism. So it's been an amazing journey, and the book very fully journals that.
Well, we appreciate you sharing your story and inspiring us all with your strength. One of the things that touched me so much is when I talked about your tragedy, you said, well, it's my children's tragedy. And it's wonderful that you're honoring them in this way. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's been my pleasure.
And thank you all for watching. You can see Karen on this weekend's episode of In Deep Shift with Jonas Elrod this Sunday on the Oprah Winfrey Network. For more information, check out our resource well and stay tuned because coming up next we have more from OWN.